Hey guys, it's Meg and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my bullet journal ready for August, and let's just get into it. So my theme for my August bullet journal is going to be a 50s retro American diner, and I just thought that the pastel colours would all work great with my general theme and the colours that I personally like, and I also thought it would just be a little bit different to what I've done before. It would give me quite a lot of little doodles to start doing and practicing, and it was also going to give me a different type of font that I could use for the hand lettering. So that is what I'm doing at the moment, just doing the title, and it is this kind of retro font that was often used in kind of advertising for foods back in the day, and I thought it would just be really cute and colourful to use as the font for the August on the title page. So as always, I've got the pencil already done and in place, and this just means I don't need to spend time on the pencil when you can't really see it in the video, but I've got some little doodles that I thought would be perfect for the cover page that really help represent the theme and make it really clear what the theme is from the start. So I've got a little roller skate, and this is because waitresses back in the day in American diners would wear them. I'm not sure if they still do anywhere, but it always reminds me of the film Cinderella Story, if you've seen that. I've also then got a little milkshake or drink bottle with the straw and some of the drink coming out of it. I've then got a record because of course it's the 50s, and then I've got a stack of pancakes with a little bit of cream on top and some sauce on the top as well. And I thought this one was really cute. I think this might be my favourite doodle, but let me know what you think is your favourite doodle. And I've also added lots of the little stars all around. You probably can't see them just yet because they're in yellow, but when I colour them in they stand out a little bit more. And I'm a little bit random with my colouring on this one, but because the pancakes look so cute I wanted to colour them in just so I could see how they were going to look when they were all finished. Then I'm colouring in the August lettering title, and as you can see I used a red fine liner to create the outline, and then I'm using a pink to go in the middle. It's kind of like a milkshake pink, not a bright hot pink or a baby pink, somewhere in the middle, and the pink and the red really contrast and kind of clash, but it works really well for this theme. I've gone with a slightly pastel colour palette for this, using reds, pinks, turquoisey blue and yellow as the primary colours for this set of spreads. And I'm also primarily using a 0.5 black fine liner for all the outlines, just because I want the lines to be nice and delicate and the focus to be on the colours as opposed to having lots of black all over the page. So now I'm just colouring in the rest of the doodles, as I said, a little bit random and sporadic around the page, but that's okay. And I'm just trying to use my usual tips that I give you of balancing out the colours across the page. So as you can see on the roller skate I'm using the bluey colour, and I've also got that as a highlight colour on the record over in the top right corner. I've then got bits of pink and yellow on the roller skate to balance that with the pink in the title and the yellow stars. I've also used red as the sauce on top of the pancakes, and that is also there in the drink bottle, so hopefully you can see how I put that into practice and how it gives a nice complete overall look without having too much of one colour or not enough of the other. I then wanted to make this cover page really stand out as the doodles are quite small, so I decided to give it a background, and I'm using a very light baby pink to create these stripes in the background. And I've gone with the stripes because a lot of the retro diners use stripes in their kind of wall decorations or on the floors. Sometimes they use checkerboards, and I'll be using that on another of the pages in this setup. But I thought these pink stripes helped make the page as a whole really stand out, but didn't detract too much from the little doodles that we've got in the centre of the page. So let me know what you think of the background. I don't tend to do background with the colours. It did take quite a long time, but I'm really happy with how it looks, so let me know what you think of the background. And then I'm just going in with my white gel pen. I'm using the Pentel Energel Broad in white, and this one I really like because there's quite a lot of ink that comes out, so it's perfect for highlights. I think mine might be getting towards the end of its life now, so I'll have to get a new one, but again just helps the lettering stand out on the page and make everything pop. Next up is the calendar page, so I'm just drawing out the basic calendar structure from Monday to Sunday, and for August Monday is the 1st, which always makes it nice and easy to set up. I used the red fine liner that I used for the outline of the title on the cover page to create the little calendar setup, and then I'm using the black fine liner to create the title for this page. I was trying to make it look like an old diner sign, so I've got the yellow and I've got the arrow with the lights on, so hopefully you can see what I was trying to achieve there. And the title that I'm writing in is August at a Glance. And for me, the calendar page is just a really simple one to literally get a look at the month at a glance and to see kind of what date is on what day and that sort of thing, and just keep a track of the days as they go by. So I'll probably colour in each of the boxes once the day is complete, or put a line through it, something like that. I don't really tend to use it for planning. The boxes are far too small to write anything in anyway. But yeah, for me it's just to keep a track of the month and to know what day I'm on, because quite often I have no idea what day it is, so that's what that is for. If you prefer to use your calendar spread to actually track your activities and your tasks, then you might just want to make this a double page spread instead of a single. Then this bit at the bottom that you can see I'm working on is just going to be for some goals. So I'm trying to use the colours that are obviously part of my colour palette for this month and balance them out to see what I haven't used much of on this page yet. So I thought I'd not used much of the pink, so I was going to have pink as a highlight colour down there. And again, using the red fine liner for the outlines to give that contrast like we have in the August title. I've then also got the blue up at the top where I'm writing at a glance, and this is the bit that I will use to help balance out the bottom of the page, so I'll be using that same colour to draw some lines through the middle where I can write my goals on throughout the month. So now we are onto my trackers spread, and this is something totally different to how I've done it before. Although I love my trackers and I know you all do too, I just wanted to experiment with a slightly different layout, and I thought this would be a good time to try it, as I'm also doing different doodles and different fonts and things. So it's a bit of a new one, this one, and the way it's going to work is it's going to be a graph style. If you've seen some of my recent weekly spreads, you will have seen I've quite enjoyed having this more dashboard style where I've got a lot of information, graphs for my trackers, like my sleep tracker that I've been having on my weekly spread. So I thought this would be a nice one to try out. I'd seen a few different styles similar to this on Instagram where people basically include multiple trackers on the same graph. So what I've got here is the hours down the left hand side for a sleep tracker. So this is for tracking the number of hours you've slept, and then I've got the days of the month across the bottom of the graph, and then I'm also adding in some smiley faces so that I can not only use this for a sleep tracker but also a mood tracker. This is going to be one that is a little bit hard to kind of understand how it might work until you see it filled in, but bear with me, I think it's going to look really, really cute. And speaking of cute, I wanted to include one of these big milkshake illustrations that I'd seen on Pinterest, and this is very much fitting with the theme. So American diner, retro style, I thought it would be perfect to have one of these milkshake, ice cream sundae type drawings, pretty big on the same page as the trackers in this space I've got available. And it's also a great way of adding some colour to a spread that's going to be quite empty until it's all filled in. So now I'm just colouring in the lettering. I really do like this lettering. I looked at a lot of different inspo on Pinterest of different retro type lettering, retro advertising, the kind of lettering that would be on food adverts back in the day. So I thought this would be perfect, and I do really like the pink and the red together. Although it clashes, it just works for this. So let me know what you think of the lettering. And now I'm just colouring in the little milkshake. So I went with pink, obviously, because it's a strawberry milkshake, and we've got some cream on the top with a nice cherry sitting in the cream and some sprinkles, and then I'm just using the colours from the theme to add into the glass around the milkshake just to help bring those colours into this spread a little bit more, because as I said, they're not going to be really that visible until this whole spread is filled in by the end of August. I then went back to my trusty white gel pen to start adding in some highlights, so I put a few highlights in the milkshake itself just to bring the pink off the page a little bit, and then I added the highlights to the lettering just like I did on the August cover page. And just remember when you're adding highlights to keep a consistent light source, so if you start highlighting on the tops of the letters in the top left hand corners, you want to make sure you do that for all of them to keep it consistent. So now we're on to our other little background type piece. So as you'll remember me saying on the front cover, I did the pink, and I said I was going to use a checkerboard at some point. Well, here it is. So I've got this as a border both at the top and the bottoms on this spread, again just to bring a bit of colour because it's going to be a bit boring until it's all filled in. But when I was doing my Pinterest research to get a bit of inspo for this spread, I found that the checkerboard was something that came up a lot in the American diner kind of decor, and a lot of them were done in black and white, but some of them did use the colours, so I thought using the blue would work perfectly for this spread, especially because it does have a lot of the pink, so again balancing out the colours from the theme. Then I'm just adding in the final touches with the little stars and rubbing out any pencil marks left behind, and that is our August setup all complete. And that is it for my August bullet journal. So I really hope you love this theme. It's a little bit different for me, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. and I'm really happy with all the cute little doodles, and the colour palette is just so cute. So let me know what you think down below. Special thanks goes out to this week's subscriber shout out. Thank you so much, Margiona, for always supporting and liking and commenting on all my videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I next upload, and I'll see you in the next one.